Welcome back to Crypto Equation, the place where we decode the future of digital money and uncover the truths hiding in plain sight. And today I need to tell you something unexpected. I reran the XRP math, real math, utility-based math, liquidity math, and I was shocked by what I found. Not shocked because the numbers were exaggerated or unrealistic, not shocked because the projections were dramatic or extreme, but shocked because the math revealed something most people completely overlook. Something that changes how you think about XRP once you see it clearly. Most people only run price math based on hope, based on charts, based on emotion. But when you run the math the way institutions run it, the way liquidity experts run it, the way real settlement systems evaluate assets, everything changes. Suddenly, XRP is no longer just a crypto token. It becomes a key piece in a global financial machine that is shifting faster than anyone expected. So today, I am going to walk you through the math I reran, slowly, clearly, step by step. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why the numbers shocked me and why they may shock you too. Before we start, let me say something important. None of this is a guarantee. None of this is financial advice. These are scenarios based on how real settlement systems evaluate liquidity assets. And once you see how those systems work, you will understand XRP in a way most people never will. So let us begin with the first piece of math, the liquidity principle. Every global asset that supports real-time settlement is valued not by hype or speculation, but by liquidity depth. Liquidity depth determines how much value can move through the system without breaking it. Think of liquidity like water. If you have a small pipe, you can only push a small amount of water through it before the pressure becomes too much. But if you have a huge pipe with deep flow, you can move massive volume instantly without disruption. Now apply that to money. Institutions do not care about the price of an asset. They care about its ability to move large amounts of value quickly and cheaply. And this is where XRP becomes interesting, because XRP was engineered from day one to be deeply liquid, highly scalable, and efficient enough to support global settlement. That brings us to the first shocking math discovery. XRP does not need extreme price numbers to matter. It simply needs to support the liquidity volume of the corridors it operates in. When I reran the math using conservative liquidity estimates, XRP still reached surprising valuation ranges simply because settlement systems require a certain level of liquidity to function properly. But that was only the beginning. The second part of the math was transaction throughput. XRP can process thousands of transactions per second, but what matters more is settlement speed. When you settle in seconds instead of days, you free up liquidity instantly. This is called liquidity rotation. Let me explain. If a bank sends money using the old system, the funds get stuck for 2 or 3 days. That liquidity is locked. But if XRP settles the payment in seconds, that same liquidity can be used again immediately. So one unit of liquidity can support many more transactions. When institutions run settlement math, they do not ask what XRP should cost. They ask how much liquidity is needed to support the volume flowing through the system. And the answer changes dramatically depending on how fast the system settles. XRP settles almost instantly, which means it can rotate much faster than traditional systems. When I accounted for this rotation speed, the required liquidity dropped, but the system's valuation potential increased because settlement demand scales upward. This was the second moment that shocked me. People focus on price, but the real story is liquidity expansion. The third part of the math was global payment volume. Every year, trillions of dollars move across borders. Governments, corporations, banks, remittance providers, financial networks, and payment processors all participate in a global flow of value. If even a small percentage of that flow moves through an asset like XRP, the liquidity demand spikes beyond what most crypto investors imagine. I started with the smallest percentage possible, the lowest adoption scenario. And the numbers were still surprising, not unrealistic, not extreme, just surprising because they were far above what most people think is possible. Again, not because of hype, but because liquidity math demands it. But then I ran the higher adoption scenario, the one where institutions begin adopting real-time settlement more aggressively, the one where tokenization of assets becomes mainstream, the one where financial networks connect through new digital rails. And the math became even more shocking. Let me be clear, this does not mean those numbers will happen, not at all, but it shows why analysts take XRP seriously when evaluating future financial systems. It shows why institutions test XRP in liquidity corridors. It shows why Ripple built the technology the way they did. Because the math makes sense. But the fourth part of the math was the one that truly shifted my perspective. The concept of value corridors. Not every country moves the same amount of cross-border volume. Some corridors like the United States, Europe, the Middle East, and parts of Asia move enormous value daily. Others move smaller amounts. When I reran the math corridor by corridor, instead of using a single global average, the numbers changed significantly. In smaller corridors, XRP would not need high valuations to function. But in larger corridors, the liquidity requirement increases dramatically. That means XRP does not have a single valuation. It has corridor-based valuation layers. The more corridors XRP supports, the higher the total liquidity requirement becomes. This is what most people miss. XRP's potential value is tied to how widely it is used, not how many people trade it. And that leads us to the fifth shocking discovery. XRP's value is not linear, it is exponential. In other words, going from one corridor to two corridors does not double the liquidity requirement. It multiplies it. Going from 10% adoption to 20% adoption does not double the math, it transforms it. When adoption expands, liquidity requirements expand much faster. And this is where traditional crypto math breaks down. Most crypto investors use simple multiplication to guess future value. Real settlement math does not work that way. It grows in layers. Each layer amplifies the next. And that is when I realized why the numbers shocked me. XRP was not designed to scale gradually. It was designed to scale in waves. Adoption waves, liquidity waves, corridor, expansion waves, utility waves, and each wave triggers the one that comes after it. That is why analysts say XRP could go long periods with little movement, then suddenly jump in value during structural shifts. Not because of hype, not because of speculation, but because liquidity math forces revaluation when adoption passes certain thresholds. And when I ran the threshold math for XRP, I finally understood why institutions continue studying it. XRP is not built for small-scale usage. It is built for global scale. And global scale changes the math entirely. Now let us talk about the sixth part of the math, something almost nobody considers. The compression effect. In traditional settlement systems, value gets trapped in layers. Nostro accounts, Vostro accounts, intermediary banks, liquidity pools. All of these trap money in different parts of the world. But a real-time settlement asset like XRP collapses these layers into one. Instead of having value distributed across hundreds of accounts, value becomes consolidated into a single liquidity layer. When I modeled this collapse of liquidity layers, the numbers changed again. The total liquidity required for global settlement dropped, but the valuation pressure on the settlement asset increased because all liquidity passes through fewer points. In other words, as the system becomes more efficient, the importance of the settlement asset increases. That is another surprising mathematical outcome that people do not talk about. Now let us bring all this together. Liquidity depth, transaction rotation, settlement speed, corridor volume, global adoption, exponential scaling, liquidity layer, compression. These 7 factors completely change how you evaluate XRP. And when all 7 were included in the updated math, the results no longer shocked me because I understood them. They shocked me because most people have never looked at XRP through this lens. Most people think XRP math is about taking the current price and guessing a future number. But XRP math is not about price at all. It is about liquidity. It is about utility. It is about infrastructure. It is about scale. And when you run the real math, you understand why XRP has survived for so long, why institutions still test it, why financial experts keep discussing it, and why Ripple remains focused on utility, not speculation. So here's the truth I discovered. The price of XRP is not the shocking part. The shocking part is the design. XRP was engineered to scale with the financial system itself. And the more the system modernizes, the more relevant XRP becomes. This does not mean guaranteed returns. This does not mean guaranteed success. But it does mean one thing. XRP's future value will not come from hype. It will come from math. And once you run that math, the meaning of holding XRP changes. You stop thinking about quick pumps. You stop thinking about short-term moves. You stop thinking about daily charts. And you start thinking about the role XRP may play in a world where money moves at the speed of information. Now, as we close this breakdown, here is what shocked me the most. The numbers I found were not extreme. They were not unrealistic. They were not fantasy. They were simply logical outcomes of a system moving toward real-time global settlement. And that is something most people do not see yet. But you do. And that is why you are here. This is Crypto Equation. And the story is only getting louder.